guys, welcome back to Whiskey Dixon. I'm Sugarbear. Got my buddy Curt here with me today again.
Indeed.
And we are drinking my favorite budget whiskey. Now, not just Irish whiskey, not just Scotch bourbon. For all budget whiskeys, this is my go-to. This is Powers Gold Label. So let's get started. Now, Powers is known for their pot still whiskeys, which are just liquid shortbread, really buttery, really smooth. I mean, you can't beat the flavor of a real pot still whiskey. And pot still whiskey, I guess I should explain, is a distinctly Irish style of making whiskey where basically back during the 1800s,
I wasn't there.
Malt barley was really highly taxed by the English, and they wanted to keep Ireland really suppressed and just keep them from being able to amass a lot of wealth. And they knew they'd be able to because they had almost 1,000 distilleries in Ireland at one point, which is mind-blowing to think that they went from 1,000 distilleries to 3 in like a 50-year span. But we'll get into that another time. But basically, with the pot still whiskey, like, all right, you're going to tax malted barley. We're going to make our whiskey with unmalted barley. And it worked, and now what started as something out of necessity is now like what makes Irish whiskey what it is. And so I just think that's kind of neat bit of history for you. Well, let's dig in here.
All right.
On the nose, it's that classic buttery shortbread, just exactly what you want to smell. There's a little bit of a sharpness from some kind of cheap grain whiskey in there. That's just, I mean, this is like a $25 bottle of whiskey. They have to cut it with something more bulk that they're able to produce in larger amounts fast. So there is grain whiskey in it. I think it's mostly pot still whiskey. Shortbread, honey. The middle is just butter. The middle of this is just straight butter. And then the finish is a little short. It's a little fleeting. It doesn't last too long. Nice, sweet, fading. That little hint of that unripe banana note that you get in a pot still whiskey. Now, compared to Jameson, Curt, what do you think of this Powers? Considering they're around the same price.
I've been a religious Jameson fan for many years.
I'm always been a fan of
I always have Jameson at my house. Always have castmates at my house. Recently, I've realized that Powers is the premier budget whiskey for Irish whiskeys under $30.
Well, and they make some of the best, like some of their more expensive expressions are amazing. I don't think they make a bad whiskey. I think Powers is nothing but exceptional Irish whiskey.
Three Swallows is the best Irish whiskey that I've owned under $100 for sure. I love it.
That's up there.
After having Three Swallows, I've appreciated the Powers taste a lot more. This is a lot better than I was expecting to be. I haven't revisited Powers Gold in a very long time.
You don't see it that much here. This is what they drink a lot more in Ireland. If you're at a bar in Ireland, as opposed to like Jameson or Bushmills here, Powers is kind of like the most common Irish whiskey in all the bars. So this is what they're drinking in Ireland, and this tastes to me it has the most like that Irish taste, that pot still buttery taste.
Yeah, it tastes like vanilla and honey to me, and compared to Jameson or Proper 12, I mean, those are way more syrupy and sweet, give you a hangover.
Well,
just not the same quality. This is significantly better for sure.
And it's a better quality. I mean, you're talking 43% as opposed to 80 proof 40%, and non-chill filter, which is huge for Irish whiskeys because that's what's going to give you that nice, oily, buttery mouthfeel as well. Like the way it coats your mouth is different, so you're going to pick up on those flavors, and they're going to stay with you a lot longer. And it's just a real treat. And I think I just wish this was a bit more available here. I kind of have a hard time finding it sometimes.
I don't see it too often.
Moses, please get this at the store. And yeah, I would buy this by the case. To be honest, this is my favorite whiskey under $30. Like,
yeah, after today, this is going to be replacing the entry-level Jameson for sure in my shelf.
Well, I'm glad I could convert you and teach you the glory of Powers. Well, guess that about wraps it up. Maybe we'll review some of the more expensive Powers expressions in the future. Who knows? But until next time, Sugarbear, Curt,
yes,
Sláinte,
correct.
Keep on drinking. Bye.